Hi everyone, today I want to bring you a video about the Breachlord Xesht we that are one. This is the Breach Pinnacle boss in PoE 2. I recently took it down and then I also did like the higher difficulty versions, which is one of those that you can see here. So I wanted to show this off to you that might want to prepare for this fight and show you what it's about. It's relatively simple, relatively slow-paced fight, but there are a lot of really hard-hitting abilities that can take you by surprise and ruin your attempt, and then you have to go get another Breachstone. So let's talk through them. The first thing you can already see in action right here is like the big falling hand. So what you need to know here is that you have the shadow that follows you around. As you can see here, I'm going to play this again. The hand comes out, it follows you around for like 5 seconds, and you can watch the shadow. I'm not 100% sure if this has to do with the settings as well, when you have shadow settings on or not, so be careful of that. But basically, it starts glowing, and this is the moment when it stops following you and falls down. And this is probably the biggest, like hardest hitting ability in this entire fight. This does a lot of damage, so you want to try to avoid this. So let it follow you for a few seconds, and then watch when it stops and when it starts glowing. You have to dodge roll away to dodge this. You see this? I'm going to show this one more time. So you run, and then you dodge roll as it glows and you're safe. Next we have the finger snap. So this looks like this here. So this is one of the easier abilities to dodge, but also hits like a truck. So this looks like this. He just follows you around with his 2 fingers like this, and then just bam. He has like a 3-4 seconds charge up on this. It is relatively easy to dodge if you're in melee range. So for this, I would recommend to just go to the boss and let him turn after you and just kind of just dodge roll around if you're not 100% sure on the timing. It's relatively easy to avoid because he just doesn't turn fast enough. Then next up we have his triple cannon blast. It looks like this here. This is this purple charge up that he does while he follows you. There's also a long charge up animation, roughly like 5 seconds or something. And then he does 3 shots in a row, each with 2 projectiles, and they can overlap in their explosions and potentially one-shot you if they both hit you, if you're not very tanky. So this is something to be wary about, and it is also relatively easily dodged. So I'll show this in action. You can just dodge 3 times as soon as you see the big blink here. You see this bing, and then he does 3 shots in a row in like roughly a 1 second countdown each, and then you are safe. The easiest way to dodge this that I found was to go relatively far away from him this time, and then dodge left, right, or something like that, so that you make sure that you never get overlapped with both explosions at once in case you miss the timing. So I'll show it again. Wait for this purple glow, and this is the trigger that releases the 3 barrages, and then you want to dodge back and forth, and best case at long range. Then he goes into this underground phase here where he follows you around. I've never tried to actually stand still and take the damage that he does, so I'm not really sure how hard this hits, but I imagine it kills you pretty quickly. This is very easily outrun. You just kind of like do a circle around the outer edges of this room here, and then you're fine. And then he comes out and claps the hands, and there's like this one line of chaos damage, I guess, that comes out. You can very easily just dodge away from that. Usually while the boss follows you like this, there's not really much else going on, so this is like the entire thing you have to focus on. You can't even attack, so you just run and then dodge roll if you even have to at the end, and you're safe. Now this is not everything. Later in the fight it gets a bit more spicy. So you see here there's other Breachlords coming out and doing their attacks. So for example, here's Tool from PoE 1. They shoot out these frost projectiles all over the place. They don't hurt that much, but they may freeze you, I guess, if you take too many of them. So be careful of that. Maybe have a falling charm in your belt. And also just don't get shotgunned too much. So you want to try to make sure to not stand exactly in front of them, because then you're going to hit all the projectiles and, well, you might die from that. But if you're like a little bit further away, they will spread out and you can take a few, maybe press a life flask or something, and you're probably going to be fine. And you can even use this time to attack. So this is actually a pretty good attack window, because otherwise the boss is doing a lot of stuff and just forcing you to run around and dodge around a lot. And if you can take some of these projectiles and you're tanky enough with the cold damage, then you should try to use this window. There can be some other Breachlords coming out, for example the lightning one that does like a big circular lightning AoE. So for this you just kind of have to run far away and then you're safe. I've not really seen it like more than once, I believe. But yeah, it's just kind of like a big lightning circle basically. So you just need to run away, it explodes, and it probably does a lot of damage too. I'm not sure if the fire one exists. I haven't really seen it, but there is probably also going to be like a third one that is going on here. But maybe it's just those 2. In some cases they can also come up together. So you see this right now, we have Tool and the lightning one here, Ash. coming out at the same time. So we have the lightning projectile, the lightning circle and the cold projectiles. So this is exactly this lightning circle that I described. This just happens at the same time, you run away, but if you time this well, you can still use this as a window to attack, so you should try to make use of it, because otherwise you just have to like do the run phases again and so on. And lastly, we have these slamming hands coming out. They can also be kind of a run killer here at the end. They start happening at around 50% HP or something like that, and there's always like 4 of those arms coming out of the ground. They follow you around, so they follow your direction, and then they slam down where you are in that moment. And the slam is relatively fast. So what I learned is that you can only dodge the slam if you dodge roll away exactly as it comes down, because of this following movement. So I see a bad example here right now. I dodge rolled as it was up in the air and not while it was slamming down already. So there's like a little window where you can dodge roll away from it, and then you're gonna be safe. But here I dodge rolled in the wrong direction and I got bonked. And then the same thing again here, I was too late and I got bonked again. I luckily survived it because I was kind of tanky against physical damage. But if like a few of these things come out at the same time, sometimes they can actually come simultaneously, then you might be getting squashed, basically. I wasn't really quite aware of how this works until after the fight, so here I get bonked quite often, as you can see. So I'm showing a lot of examples of how not to do it with those arms slamming down on you. Make sure you dodge away, not when they're up, but when they come down. So there's like a little delay while they, come up, and then so this is when you need to dodge. And that's about it for what I have to share here with the Breachlord. So I hope this helps you with your own attempts. If you're going for the first Breachlord, then yeah, take care of those abilities and you're probably going to be fine. You don't really have to have like a super crazy character to take him down, as long as you don't get hit by the big stuff all the time. I intentionally showed it to you on my relatively weak boss damage character with the mercenary here that I was playing. This was also on SSF and already like an upgraded Breachlord, so he was relatively tanky for me, but I did take him down. So I'm going to have the full fight for you here that you can watch from my live stream. So if you want to, then go check it out. You'll see like from start to finish, a long fight with all the animations. So hope that helps you. Wish you good luck on your own runs, and see you guys next time. Oh. Ouch. Where did she spawn?
I'm going to let you pray for me tonight.
Is it 2 at once?
Die exquisitely. So, here we go.
No, but that was. Like it's 2 at once. Three now. Oh my god. It's actually a pretty cool fight.